Urgent: state pension and 2025 budget. How new taxes could eat your pension increase. Before you spend a single penny of your pension increase, stop. What I'm about to reveal could shock every pensioner in the UK. The government is announcing pension rises, but hidden in the 2025 budget are new taxes and changes that could quietly take back more than they give. Most people won't notice until it's too late. If you stay with me for the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how these changes could cost you thousands and what you need to do now to protect your retirement income. These are not rumors. These are real changes that will affect anyone with a state pension, private pension, savings, or property. Welcome to State Pension Update. This channel is here for you. Every update, warning, and money-saving tip I post is designed to protect your pension, your future, and your pocket. Subscribe now for free so you never miss a vital update. Here, I explain all the latest changes in clear, easy-to-follow terms, so you're never caught off guard. Before you spend a single pound of your pension rise, stop. What I'm about to reveal could shock every pensioner in the UK. The government may say they're increasing your state pension, and headlines make it sound like a win. But hidden inside the 2025 budget are 6 new taxes and policy changes that could quietly take back more than they give. Most pensioners won't notice it until it's too late. But if you stay with me for the next few minutes, I will break down exactly how these changes could cost you thousands and what you need to do now to protect your retirement income. And before we go any further, I want to make one thing very clear. This channel is made for you. Every update, every warning, every money-saving tip I share is designed to protect your pension, your future, and your pocket. I create videos on topics exactly like this so you never get caught off guard again. So do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. It's completely free, and this is your channel, your information, and I'm here to guide you through every upcoming change. Now let's talk about the 2025 budget. On paper, the headline is simple. The state pension will rise under the triple lock. Politicians are quick to highlight this as a victory, but the reality is far more complicated. When you dig deeper, the increase may be outweighed by other factors that the government quietly introduced. These include frozen tax thresholds, higher taxes on savings and dividends, new levies on expensive properties, and changes to how employer pension contributions are treated. When combined, these measures can transform small increases in your pension or savings into taxable income that previously wasn't taxable. Over time, this stealth tax can eat away at the benefit of your pension rise and then some. Let's start with fiscal drag, because this is a major point many people overlook. Fiscal drag happens when the government freezes personal allowance and higher rate tax thresholds for several years. In simple terms, this means the amount you can earn before paying income tax doesn't increase with inflation. So, if your state pension, private pension, or savings interest rises slightly due to inflation or annual uprating, that extra money can push you closer to or over the next tax band. What used to be tax-free income may now be taxed, sometimes at higher rates. For many pensioners, this is entirely new. You may have been used to your pension being tax-free, but now, with frozen thresholds, the same income could attract taxation. That's where the hidden catch lies. Next, the budget raises taxes on savings, income, and dividends by a couple of percentage points in the coming years. If you rely on bank interest, income from savings, or dividends from investments, this is far from a trivial change. What may have been small or negligible before could become significant, especially when combined with other budget measures. Suddenly, your modest interest earnings or dividends will be noticeably more expensive, eroding the gains from your pension rise. Then there are changes affecting employer pension contributions and salary sacrifice schemes. These used to be valuable ways for higher earners to reduce national insurance and build their pensions tax efficiently. But with new rules tightening limits, some people will lose that advantage. This will impact not just those currently working, but also future retirees, leaving some with smaller tax-efficient allowances, or requiring new strategies to protect their retirement income. Another key point is property. The budget introduces new levies for high-value homes and tightens existing rules, meaning that retirees who own expensive properties but have limited cash flow, sometimes referred to as asset-rich, cash-poor, could face difficult decisions. Higher council tax surcharges or property-based levies could force some to downsize, remortgage, or find additional cash in retirement. For retirees on fixed incomes, this could be a major challenge. Many pensioners do not rely solely on the state pension. Private pensions, savings, ISAs, buy-to-let income, or small business income all play a role. The combined effect of these budget measures is often felt through multiple small changes stacking up, rather than one large new tax. For example, a modest private pension, drawdown combined with some savings interest, and small dividends could push someone into the basic tax band when they were previously below the personal allowance. With frozen thresholds, this could escalate over time, resulting in several hundred or even a few £1,000s in extra tax each year. To make it easier to grasp, consider 3 scenarios. First, someone who only receives the state pension and has very little savings. For them, the triple lock rise is likely to be a net gain, and they'll be among the least affected. Second, someone with the state pension plus a modest private pension and some savings. They are more exposed, as income tax on combined income and higher tax on savings and dividends will eat into their cash flow. Third, someone with substantial private pension income, large savings, and a valuable home. This group is the most vulnerable and could see thousands taken away due to the combination of frozen thresholds, higher rates on savings and dividends, and any property levies. It's crucial to understand that these effects are gradual but persistent. Once thresholds are frozen for several years, the number of people who cross into taxable territory grows annually as wages, pensions, and interest increase. What may appear as a minor change in year 1 can compound into a cumulative loss of several £1,000s over a few years. Tax sheltering, such as ISAs and certain protected pension wrappers, remains important, but the government is also reviewing these allowances. Relying solely on ISAs may not fully protect larger pension or savings pots from tax. For those with rental property or small business income, the budget tightens some reliefs and allowances. Retired landlords or small business owners may find that this income is taxed more heavily or loses protections that previously softened the blow. In these cases, planning ahead is essential. So, what should pensioners do right now? First, don't panic. Start by calmly assessing your income streams. List your state pension, private or workplace pensions, savings interest, dividends, rental income, and any other sources, and see how close each is to the tax thresholds. Second, review tax-efficient wrappers. For savings and pensions, check whether your contributions and accounts are still the best strategy under the new rules. Third, if you're asset-rich but cash-poor, particularly with a valuable home, consider discussing options with a regulated financial advisor. Downsizing, equity release, or moving income into less taxed forms may be viable, but these are long-term decisions with significant consequences. Fourth, if you receive pension credit or other means-tested benefits, review your eligibility. Entitlements can offset some tax impacts and may qualify you for extra support.
Finally, stay informed. Policy details and timelines matter. Some changes are gradual and will start years from now, while others are immediate. Even small variations in how dividends are counted or when thresholds are frozen can materially affect your tax bill. The key takeaway is this: the headline pension rise is real, but it's only one piece of a larger budget that contains measures likely to affect anyone with income from savings, pensions, dividends, or high-value property. For those relying solely on the state pension, the rise may be net positive. For others, frozen thresholds combined with higher taxes on certain income types could mean thousands of pounds lost over time.
Understanding your personal situation and planning proactively is the only way to protect your retirement income. Don't wait for a surprise at the end of the tax year. Take control now, assess your finances, and make adjustments before the next pension payment arrives. The sooner you act, the better prepared you will be. Remember, the headline pension increase is just one part of a much bigger picture. For those relying solely on the state pension, it could be a net gain. But for many, the combination of frozen tax thresholds, higher taxes on savings and dividends, and new property levies could mean thousands of pounds lost over time. Now is the time to carefully review your income streams: state pension, private or workplace pensions, savings, dividends, and property income. Check what tax-efficient options are available, such as ISAs and pension wrappers, and consider speaking to a regulated financial advisor if you have significant assets or a valuable home. Stay informed, because even small changes in thresholds or how income is assessed can make a big difference to your finances. Knowledge is your greatest defense. Act now to protect your pension before the next payment arrives.